My name's Mark Broadhurst. I'm 55 years of age and originally I come from Coventry. I've always had a fascination with hunting and firearms since I was a young child. I think I had my first air pistol about 11. My mum bought me an air gun, an air rifle, about the age of 12 and a half, 13. I used to go out hunting rabbits with it. Predominantly that's how we got fed a lot of the time back then. Rabbit stews, pies. It then progressed into ferrets and ferreting. I kind of always wanted to be a gamekeeper. I think I had this dream of being a gamekeeper. I then joined the military in an infantry battalion, the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, and my fascination for firearms then became more in depth. Left the army with an exemplary army record and applied for a shotgun licence. From there on, from shotguns came 2.2 rimfire, 17 HMR, and then up to the bigger calibers, so 243, to which I currently use now. And also, I'm now heavily involved in deer management. When I was a kid, we didn't really have a great deal. I came from a council estate in Coventry. Sometimes it was a struggle to get a hot meal, so the best thing to do was to go poaching over the local gasworks and bring back as many rabbits as possible. My parents actually didn't like the idea of rabbit, so a friend of mine's father showed me how to gut them, cook them. Yeah, we lived off that for a while. Then from there on, things just progressed really. I got into bow hunting. I used to hunt wild boar with a bow in Hungary and Bulgaria. Did that for about 3 years. But the deer stalking side of it, I got into about 20 years ago. Started off with shooting foxes and then I got into the deer side of it. I passed my DSC level 1, deer management qualification level 1. Then I decided to do my deer management qualification level 2. And then about 12 months ago, I became AW, which is accredited witness. And that's a guide, more or less, of a person that can actually take deer stalkers through their level 2. You know, when you first pick up a rifle and maybe get your own deer permission, or you're going out with a guide, you're keen and you're dying to get your first deer in the bag. And for me, it wasn't a case of shooting everything that moved, but I was keen and I wanted to go out and accomplish the goal that I'd set out to do, and that was shoot a deer. It was in season and then it was going on the table. It's as simple as that. My military experience has helped me no end. The discipline that they install into you, without that, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. From a firearms perspective, the firearms safety, mine, I'd like to think is impeccable. When you've had it drilled into you day in and day out, muzzle awareness, etc., there's no second chances. That's the way I look at it. If I'm taking clients out and I think that they're dangerous, then they'll put that gun back in the slip. I won't allow them to shoot an animal as far as I'm concerned. If they can't get the basics right, then they need to go back to the drawing board. As time progressed, over a period of 20 years and studying deer management more efficiently, I became more aware of the quarry that I was hunting, seasons, age, what to shoot, what not to shoot, when to shoot it, when not to shoot it. I would say over the last 4 to 5 years, my mentality has changed massively in that anyone can go out to a piece of ground and shoot a deer. But once you can find a reason not to shoot an animal, you then become a deer manager. And I feel as if I've crossed that bridge. Once the animal has been shot, then the recovery of the carcass is next. So what we do is we're obviously taking the shot, bang, reload, cover the animal until we're sure it's dead, wait about 10 to 15 minutes and then walk in to what we call the shot site. And we look in the area where the animal's been hit or struck with the bullet, and that'll tell us a great deal. That'll tell us, it could tell us actually where the bullet struck, because there may be hairs on the floor or flesh or liver or lung or heart. It tells you a lot. We were lucky this morning because we shot a muntjac doe and she dropped on the spot, so we didn't have to track it, we didn't have to look far for it. So once we've got that, we need to remove all its internals. It's called the gralloch. So we open the deer up and we check that the deer is healthy by looking at things like its liver, its heart. We check lymph nodes and we make sure that they're not swollen or cheesy. When we cut into them, we check between the hooves to make sure there's no blisters, the tongue, the eyes, making sure that there's no pus, the anus. There's lots of things that sort of checks that we go through. Once it's been grallocked and the head and the hooves have been removed, it can then go in the back of the vehicle. We tag it and then we either eat it ourselves or it's sold. If you've taken it upon yourself to put yourself in a position like me, or even just hunt for the first time, you know, animals are living creatures at the end of the day. They have to be respected. If you're going to take it upon yourself to kill, because that's what you're doing, to kill an animal, then there needs to be a good reason behind it, whether or not that is to protect ancient forestry, or you're shooting an injured animal, or you need to control numbers. Utmost respect for the animal. You need the best equipment that you can afford to do the job, and you need to educate yourself properly on the animal that you're going to hunt. It's about coming into this environment which is theirs. They live here, it's their house. Taking what you need, or taking what you need to sustain a healthy herd or protect the forestry, and go. Not just coming in and shooting everything that you can see. It doesn't work like that. So that's the respect side. That's the way I see it.